Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to follow me on Patreon. Click the link in the description box. Giving away two free tickets to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. But shout out to the Goodfellas TV, aka the boxing clinic. I just saw him post it. But I told you guys, I think I was the only one on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to finish CJ the Goodfellas. I clicked on the link. I'm gonna go back and watch his video in a second. But I believe if I'm not the only one, it's probably one of only two, maybe three guys. Everyone else was believing Bob Arum and wanting to fight. And I told you guys who Bob Arum is. I told you guys didn't believe me, but I'm glad Bob Arum proved me right within the last 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. I'm going to read an article that Michael Coppinger said. It says, quote, Bob Arum was asked when he's going to match Crawford with one of the PBC guys. He responded, quote, that Danny Garcia and Sean Porter aren't elite fighters, and said he would rather match Bud with Alexander Vesputin or Mean Machine fighters he of course promotes. Hashtag Crawford Benavides. I told you guys. I told you who Bob Arum is, man. Y'all was on the line saying, make the fight. Bob Arum wants to fight. I know Bob Arum. Let me calm down because, when someone else proves you right, instead of you screaming at the top of your lungs, at the top of a building and telling everybody that there's a fire on the first floor and they still go in, But I told you guys who Bob Arum is. I have a 10-year relationship and interviewing Bob Arum. So with that being said, you guys just only see me since I've had my YouTube channel. I say this again, but I've interviewed Bob Arum time and time and time again. And I told you exactly what Bob Arum was doing with the media when he says he want to make that Terrence Crawford. He don't want no parts of that. I knew he was lying. I knew he was using the media. He knew he was the only show in town. He knew he was in Omaha. And he knew everything he said could not have been refuted. But now when the rubber meets the road, when everyone's going to be clamoring for a unification bout with one of the PBC fighters, he doesn't want to make it happen. And I told you guys, I told you, Bob Arum is manipulating the media. But I saw, man, how many videos did I see last week between my allies and people that, just in generally speaking, oh, Bob Arum going to make the fight. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence got to call out Terrence Crawford. Man, Errol Spence may have an understanding of who Bob Arum is. I know who Bob Arum is. And I told you guys this Friday. And you guys probably I got to go back through the comment section. But I know what Bob Arum was doing. He became the New York lawyer on y'all. You understand? He knew he was manipulating the potential jurors. He knew he was in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and a Jewish cop had just shot another black man, and he knew he was screaming at the top of his lungs. That's what Bob Arum was doing. He was polling the potential jurors. He was trying to convince them that the cop is innocent. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why they never interviewed the victim's family first. They always interview the police sergeant after the press conference because they're building the story. They're building their innocence. And everyone,
Patreon family, what's up?
Everyone's in cahoots with one another.
I just
let me mute this real quick.
Want to talk about a couple,
and that's the realities of it, man. And I wish y'all had to believe me, but Bob Arum does not want Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. If Bob Arum wants Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, he would go out and say that. He would say, we want Errol Spence. But now the rubber meets the road. He got to find an opponent and he got to get the date set. The reason why he got to get the date set is because he know he's going to get railroaded out of dates with everyone involved. With PBC, with DAZN, HBO's out the game. But you don't want to get railroaded. And the first quarter of the year is so competitive with the playoffs. March Madness. These Saturday nights are so competitive the first quarter of the year. So you're competing with the whole lot. But I appreciate Bob Arum proving me right. All my haters think I'm crazy, but I won't steer you guys wrong. And because a sharp, intelligent, unwavering black man is feeding you guys information, you guys don't want to believe it. I have I don't have a relationship with Bob Arum in terms of outside of interviewing him, but I've interviewed him again. I say this again just to beat the horn. I know who Bob Arum is. I know how Bob Arum interviews people. I know what comes out of his mouth, whether it's true or whether he's lying or whether he's just filibustering. I know it. 9 out of 10 times I will be right as it relates to the information that comes out of Bob Arum's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I didn't bite when people was like, oh, we got to make the fight. Bob Arum is this. Bob Arum is just using and manipulating the media, and everyone felt for it. Bob Arum wants to fight. He wants this. I says, what did I say? If Terrence, I told you guys this before I did the Bob Arum video. I said, if Terrence Crawford, if it's not coming out of Terrence Crawford's mouth, I don't want to hear it. I told you guys that. And what we have? It didn't come out of Terrence Crawford's mouth, and Bob Arum is taking Terrence Crawford in another direction. Bob Arum proves me right. Once again. Anyways, man, I can go on and gloat and talk about how I'm right, how I'm 9 out of 10 times I'm right as it relates to this boxing game, whether you guys want to believe me or not. You understand what I'm saying? But I give you guys potent, concise, good to great information on this channel. And once again, I'm going to read the quote again one more time. Bob, and this is Mike Coppinger, the guy who releases all the fight dates and stuff. Good guy. I run by him maybe twice a month. He has a little dog, I told you guys, and he owes me lunch once a year. I think we agree. I don't know if we agreed upon it, but he laughed. So anyways, because when he drops the fight dates and the people that are fighting, I know up to a week before he even knows. Honestly, I'm just being real honest with you guys. So anyways, man, I'm going to read his Instagram tweet. And shout out to the CJ the Good Fella. I got this information off of his YouTube channel. Bob Arum was asked when he's going to match Crawford with one of the PBC guys. He responded, quote, that Danny Garcia and Sean Porter aren't elite fighters, and said he would rather match Bud with Alexander Besputin or the Mean Machine, fighters he, of course, promotes. Bob Arum is keeping all that money to himself. Man, I know the game, man. I know it. And this is why, and this is another example of having one leg on each side of the fence is an advantage for everyone. I told you guys what they were doing, and once again, I've been proven correct. So Barbershop Conversations, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.